Actually, it wasn't just one flood, it was 3 floods that happened in succession because the ground was so saturated. So about 5 days after the initial flood, we flooded again, and we had this whole place dried out, cleaned out, and everything, and the water started coming up again, and we sandbagged the door, and it didn't help. The water was in here, and we had, this time it was only like 4 or 5 inches, but again, everything was flooded again a few, 5 days later. And then a week after that, again, this time I sandbagged more heavily and then sealed up actually to the connecting spaces because it was coming through from the other businesses in the building that hadn't sandbagged. So I, sealed along the walls this time and was able to keep the water out. But I mean, it was like guerrilla warfare in here. We had friends in here manning pumps and of course the city turned the power off again. So the National Guard was out, and they brought us a big, huge generator and parked it out over there, and they were helping us out here with a generator to keep power so we could man the pumps to try and keep the water. It was like warfare, man. Now, when I saw what I saw here, I mean, my first reaction was I just wanted to run away and just forget it. It looked like a total hopeless loss. So nothing surprised me at how long it took to come through it. Like I say, I think it was probably 6 weeks before we were able to start doing any work in here again. And there was still some smaller stuff we were taking care of after that. But well, I think you probably understand. No workshop is ever really completed. So I moved into here, and it was in some ways a similar process. How much do I have to set up in the space before I can start earning some money, and then I can start carry on doing the other things I really need to do. And after the flood, it was kind of a similar process that, after 6 weeks we were able to get back to work, but everything wasn't back right yet, and it was probably another year of a little thing here and a little thing there before we really got all of that where it felt more or less normal again. Pretty even-keeled personality. I tend to be able to, even through this whole thing, I kept my head pretty well through it in order to get through. And then when I was done, it was basically, okay, I got to get back to work. Partially my personality, but partially because I had so much support. My family, my friends and fellow craftspeople who pitched in, and of course CERF. All this support is what really allowed me to come through.